All right, so we're at Angelo's Steak Pit here on Gus Bourbon Challenge. About to go in there and check it out and see what they got. That's pretty neat when you can have a Jack Daniel's bourbon barrel and use it as a trash can. Pretty cool. They cook the steaks out right across the window. We can watch them being cooked. Can't beat that. All right, so we're in Angelo's and look at here what they have. They've got their own white rye bourbon, 100 proof. Pretty neat. We're gonna get one and see what we think about it, and then we'll let you know when we get back. All right, so we'll take it back. All right, so we got the bottle, and as I thought about it, we had it before. Already got an open bottle, and the first time we had actually had it, we didn't really care for it. Did we?
No,
I don't know what it is. But you know, that's been a while. It's been That's been over 2 years ago. I know for sure. Probably 2.5 years ago.
I think
just pour some in here.
That scared me.
Let's talk about a little bit about this before we get started. Big Gus is a black rye bourbon. I'm not even sure what that means.
Yeah.
Is a blend of straight bourbon, rye, and barley whiskey. It's 100 proof. It's aged at a minimum of 2 years, and it is from it's distilled in Florida from
Timber Creek Distilling.
Right.
Timber Creek Distilling
in Crestview, Florida. So, but they obviously bottled this exclusively for Angelo's, the Big Gus, and so we're just gonna go back, revisit it. I don't think we've never done a show on it before, but I think we actually tried this way before we even had the show.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time ago.
And I took one sip of it and said, "Not for me." And I took a second sip of it and I said, "Never again." And I poured that out. So, but since then, our taste buds have had more on it.
Yeah.
Had more rise on it, and we're gonna see what happens.
That's right. Well, let's nose it and see what happens.
Oh, it does not smell good.
It smells like black rye. Imagine what I think black rye would smell like. That is what it smells like.
You know what it smells like to me? A black magic marker.
Okay, so we're not crazy about the smell. I do smell a little bit of rye, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll start off with a small sip and see what we think.
Maybe take the top off a Sharpie and go. That's
it's not exactly like that. All right. It doesn't. It's a lot better than what it was. Yeah, I mean, it still has that what I call a grassy weed taste to it almost.
Yes.
I think the first time we tried it, it was really strong. I mean, maybe since the bottle's had time to open up since
for a year and a half.
Or 2 years.
2
whatever.
years,
Whatever.
yeah.
It's been so long I forgot I had it. It's been that way.
He's had it sitting like this for probably about as long as it was aged. Because it says aged a minimum of 2 years. Probably.
Yeah, and it's been over 2 years. Okay, let's put it this way. At the time we're filming this show, this right here, our show is now, it's over 2 years old now. Last week was our 2-year anniversary.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so, so this bottle's been sitting here longer than it was actually aged in the barrel.
Okay, I'm getting a little sweetness to it. It is rye spicy. It's since over the last 2 years, it's not the worst thing I've tasted.
No, it's actually gotten better.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first tried it, from what I remember, we didn't like it at all. We didn't want to take at least not a third sip for sure.
No.
I think we poured what in our glass was out, and I had thought about pouring that bottle out. And I thought, well, I'll just put it to the side and let people try it here and there. Yeah, but nobody really wanted to try it after we talked about it. But it's different.
It don't smell good. It don't smell good though.
And it's not a great smell.
It tastes better than it smells.
I agree with you. other than the grassy, weedy taste, which is probably the black rye, which I don't know if I ever had another bourbon that's been black rye ever. This is probably the only one.
I'm getting a little sweetness. It's not a really. It's more like a artificial sweetener taste.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
not really a honey or a honeysuckle or
more of the pink packet. Sweet and low type taste to it.
Yeah.
But really, this is a lot better from the one than we drank the first time. I was very curious.
I think the first time was a neck pour.
It was a neck pour, and
it was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, it was. It was not our favorite at all. But I think this may have now surpassed the worst bourbon we ever had. Because there are other bourbons that were like done, and this was kind of in that category. But it's a lot better. I mean, I've actually tasted flavors now other than this woody grass.
Yeah, it was just nothing but what I would imagine after I finished cutting the grass in my riding lawnmower and what's on the deck, just picking it up and just that's what it was like to me last time.
Now, some of you may have had this before. If you have, comment, let us know what you think of it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that like it. They've been selling this obviously for years. People buy it or they wouldn't be selling it. So somebody out there, maybe people in Florida, close to it, maybe they like that taste. I don't know. But I would like to know if there is anybody out there that really does like this a lot, or if you tried it. I really can't think of another bourbon or whiskey or anything that it tastes similar to. It's got its own unique flavor to it.
Well, I just noticed something. The bigger barrel has a bit more information on it than the smaller barrel does.
I mean the bottle?
Or the bottle, yeah. Our whiskeys, at Timber Creek, our whiskeys start with the finest local Florida-grown corn, wheat, and black rye grains. Grind, cook, ferment, distill, and barrel each grain individually so we can extract the purest flavors from each grain. We barrel and age each grain in the finest number 3 charred Missouri oak barrels. After appropriate aging, we then pick the most flavorful barrels to blend. So they do. So it is a blended whiskey, like it says on the front. Straight bourbon, rye, and barley whiskey. So it is a blended. Not as bad as what it was the first time.
Yeah, it sounds bad, and it is pretty neat that most of the stuff does come out of Florida. And I'm sure it's the black rye that we're tasting that we're just not
caring for.
Yeah, we're not caring for it.
Yeah.
And that's because we like the wheated or the just corn based, But other than that, the rest of the stuff sounds like it's pretty good, Yeah. Well, just let us know what you think.
Yeah.
And it's fun to try different stuff, and that's why we do this.
But one thing that nobody can argue with, Angelo's is a great steakhouse. Whether their whiskey is good or not is
there is not another place I guarantee in the world that has better steaks than Angelo's. Oh God, I love their steaks. It's one of those you walk in, you smell the steak as you get to it. Great.
And when you're at the window watching them cook it, your face is on the window.
Oh, your stomach is growling. Oh God. Oh yes, that is. I go there every year or more if I can, and I'm already looking forward to going next time.
There you go.
All right, so that's just our opinion. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the next Tillers Bourbon Challenge.
See ya.
Thanks again for being here. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you again. Bye.